Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I am hot. And I'm not talking about the temperature. I ain't talking about the temperature. Where's Camille at? Camille, where are you, sweetheart? Because you are forever in my emails with this content. Oh my God. Now I'm not talking about it today. Well, I might still talk about it because I'm still pissed. Pissed. Beyond pistivity. And I'm not stuttering. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. My. As King Payne would say, my. How y'all doing today? Hello, Barbara. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Anthony. Hello, my love. My husband's in the chat. Unc's in the house. Unc is in the house. Down South Stitcher. How are you, my love? Hi, use wisdom. Yes, TP got some splaining to do. And so does Derek Dixon. I got questions for him as well. And yes, Barbara, I understand. I see what you're talking about. Hi, Michelle. Hi, 8 with the 24. Hey, Dawn. Listen. Look, Camille, you got my blood boiling. Yes, I have seen all them emails. They have been all over the religious network today as well. And I am burning up. You know, I don't like that kind of mess going on in the church. I can't stand these hypocritic people that call themselves leaders. And I'll touch on that stuff later, but Camille, thank you. Thank you. I did see some of it already, but thank you. Thank you for sending that to me because I am pissed. Oh, Anthony. Let Google Macedonia Worship Center in Houston, Texas. It's a hot mess. It's a big old hot mess. And this is why people leave the church. Good people. And see, this is near and dear to my heart because I remember how the church treated my grandmother. Did you see that mess, Anthony? Michelle, did you see that? I got to give it to Mahogany. She held her cool. She held her poise. And first of all, now, y'all may not agree with me. So, trigger warning. I don't follow no female as a pastor. I don't follow a female as the pastor. I'm going to say it one final time. I don't follow no female as my pastor. Whew. Wait a minute, Michelle, what are you talking about, love? Poor Miss Meeks. What? Okay, I'm not clear about what you're talking about. Is this another story? It really affected me how that poor mother was murdered. Enlighten me, love, because I've been looking at a lot of other stuff today. So, the Bible says women shouldn't. Women can preach, but they're not supposed to be the leader of the congregation. That's why God gave it to the man to do. Women can be active in the church. There's women that are good teachers. But when that ashy Tyrannosaurus Rex got up in that pulpit and embarrassed that praise team leader, that was another story. She was way out of line. Way out of line. And all because she didn't hug her right. Where was the sin? I just want to know what the sin was. What was the sin? Because the scripture that they keep quoting about rebuking in front of two or more people, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the whole choir. Look, they should have walked off with her, Anthony. They should have walked off with her. But you know, these people, sometimes they get up in church, they say amen to everything. They don't even know what they're saying amen to. Good, Barbara. No, I didn't see that, Barbara. A mother took her little son and her ex and baby daddy with his current. He had her in a headlock. What? Wait a minute. I think I did see something about that briefly. Hi, LaWanda. Hi, Daphne. Oh, thank you, Daphne. You are so sweet. Thank you. Down South Stitcher said, you know you will have to tell this whole story. You know I will. You know what? You know I will. Matter of fact, I'll talk about it real briefly before we talk about toilet paper. I mean, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. Oh, that happened after the lady assistant passed. I saw it on Messy Sweet Spot. Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't watched Gigi in quite a while. Interesting avatar she's got up, though. Very pretty girl. The woman who shot her stayed on the scene and said she has a license to get. That don't mean she got a license. Let me shut up. Anthony says, yeah, open rebuke if they are caught in sin. Sin being the operable word. And after you talk to them in private and they keep doing it, then you open rebuke if they flow like that. But that was totally wrong how she did. She was jockeying and flaunting her little corny, tired little position as the pastor's wife / pastor, or bishop's wife, pastor. What kind of setup is that? You the bishop and your wife is the pastor. What? Hi, Nadine. Hello, sweetie. Hey, Q-Rock. How you doing? Oh, honey, Michelle, wait till you hear about it. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from going to church. Let me make that very clear. Okay, that's the one I was talking about yesterday. Auntie Romika Weeks. Oh no, Michelle, not at all, honey. These was black folks acting stupid. This was black folks acting up in church as leaders, unfortunately. Okay, so Barbara, Romika Weeks. Now, is this the same person that Michelle was talking about the baby? LaWanda says, this medicine they gave me has me sleepy. I can't keep my eyes open. Oh, baby girl, I am so sorry. Okay, I got to keep these stories. I don't want to mix up the stories. I don't want to have the pastor unaliving somebody because she had a license to carry. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to look at that separately because I don't have that story together. I've been paying attention to Tyler Perry and Macedonia. And I wasn't even thinking about talking about Macedonia until I really looked at all the videos, and I got pissed. I got so pissed I had to send them to my husband. That is awful, Michelle. Now, she was holding the baby. Okay, so one of them had the other in a head. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay, One of the women had the other woman in a headlock. Is that correct? And the woman in the headlock was holding the baby, and the woman that was holding the woman powed her in the head. Do I have the story right? Oh my God. Oh, Camille. Uncle Barry called me as soon as he saw them things. He said, "What is wrong with people?" I knew immediately what he was talking about. He didn't say, "Hey, babe, I got the email or I got the text message." He said, "What is wrong with people?" Oh, Michelle. Then the other current powed her. Lord have mercy. Boy, this world is getting sicker and sicker every day. Lord have mercy. Sick people. Yes, she was a small son, first grader. Lord have mercy. I don't want to cry no more. But what ticks me off is all the coverage for. Yeah, what's up with Charlie Kirk? Who's he? Okay, he died today, and what's the big deal? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry he passed away. But we've got a lot of folks passing away from crazier circumstances, and he gets top billing. Why? Because he's a politician. Is that the thing? Boy, this country. Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm going to have to get my stories lined up correctly. I'll probably talk about the Meek story tomorrow. Oh, Lord. But yeah, the for those of you who don't know what happened at Macedonia Worship Center of Houston, Texas, Pastor Cassandra, what's her name? Pope. Wait, yeah, Pope. Pastor Cassandra Pope, who happens to be the wife of the bishop, gets up in the pulpit just as the praise team is about to sing. And she takes the mic and she gets up there and makes a total idiot out of herself, spewing scripture to back up her nonsense and openly rebuking the praise team leader over a hug. A hug. She didn't like the way the praise team leader hugged her. What she failed to tell everybody was that she had just told this woman before they went out in the church to sing, "Hey, Faith." Oh, yeah, girl, listen, I'm boiling. Exactly, Barbara. They cover us and here we have it with this. This heifer told this praise team leader that she wasn't going to get paid no more. She was terminated. Just as she's about to go out and sing with the praise team. And because she didn't hug this this ashy looking, need a Crisco rub down. This ashy woman gets out there and calls herself rebuking her. Yes, she was. Okay, so the praise team leader was literally on the staff, because most churches, I don't know about white churches, I don't know, but a lot of black churches pay their music staff. If you play the keyboard, if you play the organ, if you are a praise team leader, if you are the choir director, minister of music, you are on staff, you get paid for this. So hence we have a situation where this woman is employed by the church. And you tell me, before I step out on Sunday morning to do praise and worship, you tell me that I can't pay my bills this week. Satan all up in the church. Satan was working with that heifer that got up there and rebuked her, using her little title, which I'm going to say it again, inappropriate title for her, because I'm sorry, I'm not following no female as my pastor. That is not biblical. Yeah, made her leave quicker. Made her leave quicker. And if I was the rest of that praise team, I'd have marched right out with her. And then he gonna get his little raggedy ass up there. Excuse my French. He gonna get up there and address the elephant in the room. What? That ashy thing you call a wife standing next to you? That's the elephant? Yeah, that's the elephant in the room. You need to get a big old thing of Crisco and rub her down real quick, because she's looking mighty ashy. Yes, the same. That is why people stop going to church. That's called church hurt. When you get up there and you publicly insult, drag, whatever word you want to put it. He fired the organist too, Barbara. Lord have mercy. They're going to be a musicless church in a whole minute. Yeah, she was being very, and the bishop was just as ungodly. You're going to get up there and use scripture to justify her behavior, and then have the audacity to say, if she was wrong, God will take care of her. Well, what is your purpose in this thing? Ain't you supposed to be a leader? You supposed to be the bishop. You supposed to be the bishop. First of all, you need to be checking your wife as the pastor, which somebody need to be checking you for appointing her as pastor. See, that's what makes me think, oh, this is about the money. You gonna hire your wife as the pastor? Yeah, right. Miss me with that nonsense. Miss me with all of that. Greenleaf, yes. The problem now with the church is that they pay more attention to the business aspect than the salvation and spiritual aspect. Self-appointed position. You know what I call them, Barbara? Matchbook preachers. They get their theology off the back of a matchbook. Human trafficking. Lord have mercy. David Taylor. I'm going to have to check that too. Absolutely, Michelle. We are supposed to be fishers of men, meaning we are supposed to be individuals going out trying to compel people to come to Christ, not come join the choir and oh Lord, let me stop. Hi Jess, how you doing? Still at work again. Hope everyone is doing well. Child, they are working you. Do I need to come? Do I need to? You need me to go pay them a visit? You, I'm just kidding. Exactly, Michelle. there's so much that the church has meant, or the church is meant to do, that they've dropped the ball. The church ain't even the walls. I'll come get them, Jess. Don't tempt me. The church building is not the church. We're the church. Right up in here. We are the church. It's how you handle your church. You got some folks out there that can't afford to do this, that, and the other, but they're more spiritual than those folks that are up in the church house every Sunday. Every Sunday, sitting up there looking pretty, debonair, however, can quote scripture and walk out the doors and treat somebody like dirt. Treat them like dirt. They got more energy to have auxiliaries and different departments to raise money for this and this and this and this and this and this, raising all this money to do what with? What are you going to do with the money? Absolutely, Dawn. Are you going to take that money and go feed the poor? Are you going to go take that money and go purchase some land, build something on the land to house some homeless people? Are you going to go put clothes on people's backs? What are you going to do with that money? You're so busy. The women's department is having we having a bake sale this weekend, and we gonna raise money to give to the pastor's wife for her birthday. Keep it. I'm not that kind of pastor's wife. You can ask my husband. Y'all ain't got to give me nothing. I don't play that stuff. I don't play that role. I'm a different kind of first lady. I'm going to be auntie. I'm going to be auntie before I'm first lady. Only first lady I am too is my husband. That's how I look at it. I can't play that role in the church. I ain't got enough of it in me. I ain't got enough of it in me. I can't play roles. I can't smile and pretend and all that stuff. If I don't feel like going to church, I don't go. I'm not there to put up a facade or look a certain kind of way. I'm not trying to do all that. And people, when they say God knows my heart, yeah, God knows our heart. But it takes more than your heart. You got to do some things to uplift what he wants us to do as individuals. And some of us have helped poor people sitting right in our living rooms more than some of these churches have helped in the past year. That's right, Barbara. Can't be part of a clique. Can't be a part of a clique. No. I keep getting confused with my senior pastor's wife. Please don't do that to me, y'all. We two different people. We two different people. And I'm not throwing no shade on nobody, but let's just say I am who I am and she is who she is. But at the end of the day, people can approach me. I don't feel some high and mighty kind of way that people can't come and talk to me or approach me, or we can chew the fat or whatever. But some of these first ladies got their head so high up in the clouds, their nose so high up in the air, they can't smell nothing down below, including themselves, because they done got so high and mighty. And here we got this self-appointed I'm going to say she's self-appointed because God ain't appointed no female to be over no church. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it the way look, I'm just raised that way. Maybe if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Absolutely, Nadine. He made Adam for a reason. He was the man. He's the head. That goes for the church as well. The man is the head. What do a man look like going to a church with a female pastor over him? Does that even look right? That don't even make sense. How is a female pastor going to tell a man how to behave in his marriage or in his life? If he's, don't get me started. Let me shut up. Because I get too worked up behind this. And that ain't nobody but Satan pissing me off. But the bottom line is we got this woman that got up there and literally embarrassed this woman. This woman held her composure. She handled it with such class and poise. She hugged each person as she left. Oh, bless your heart, Retretta. Thank you. People are trying to rearrange the Bible. The Bible is the Bible. If you don't like what it says, too bad, so sad. But you can't rewrite the Bible. And if the Bible says this, that, and the third, then it's going to be this, that, and the third, yesterday, today, and forevermore. Quit trying to change it. Got up there and acted a plumb fool. And then her husband, old bow-legged Luke, get up there and co-signs the foolishness that she just did and said, if she was wrong, God will correct her. Okay, so God's going to correct you too, boo-boo, because you the head over her, Bishop. Yeah, he's going to pour his spirit out on all flesh, men, women, boys, and girls. Amen. But in terms of the positions, there is still an order. God set an order for us to follow because we are all ministers, no matter what. But I'm talking about in terms of in the church. There's an order. And if you go out of order, then what do you have? You have chaos. Yeah, Camille, they both standing up there. He looking bow-legged and she looking ashy. And both of them wrong as two left shoes on the right feet. So I hope if they're under any kind of organization, this is the other thing that really gets to me. The way the church is structured here, you got the main church or the main the corporate level, and then all the churches that fall under him, the different districts and all this. It's like a pyramid scheme. It's like a pyramid scheme. And all that, just like Michelle said, chaos is from Satan. And chaos has been integrated into the church. Not just black church, but white churches, Hispanic churches, all of them. The temple, the synagogue, all of them. Chaos has been integrated into it through confusion of Satan. And God is not the author of confusion. That's correct, Camille. And then we wonder why the young people especially don't want to come to church. Because y'all ain't giving them, you're not pouring into them in a way in which they understand. You got people so so worried about, I need to pay my conference claims by September 12th, or I'm not going to be on the program for the tea this weekend. Like, who gives a damn? It's hard out there for a pimp, ain't it? Because that's what it all boils down to. Them pimps up there, all they want is their money. Send me my money. This church, this church, this church. I need y'all to get my money. I don't care how you get it. Send it up here. That's what it all boils down to. And it comes down the road to the people in the congregation. The bishop, the archbishops, whatever you want to call them, those that up under them. It's a pyramid scheme. You got the bishop up here, and the bishop is telling all these different pastors, I need y'all to raise X amount of money per church, and I need it by such and such a date. And then those pastors come down and they tell their congregations, we got to raise X amount of dollars to send to Memphis, or send to Houston, or send to wherever your convention is being held at by a certain date. That's pimping. That's pimping 101. Pyramid pimping. Pyramid pimping. It's hard out there for a pimp. Now, the doors of the church are open. I'm just kidding. It is now time for the benediction. Oh my goodness. And now the choir. I'm sorry, but this works me. Look, and I'm the last one that you would think to be talking like this. I'm married to a pastor, but I can honestly say my husband ain't down with all that. He ain't down with all that. Anytime your associate pastor is more revered than the senior pastor, there's something wrong with that picture. Love Jones says, Auntie, I was taking a ministry class and I was shocked. The pastor said he told someone from the clergy, don't let him know who, but a member did not give in 6 months. I was shocked. Yeah. Do you know they got churches out there that are writing congregation, people in the congregation saying, dear sister so-and-so, our records show you haven't paid your tithes in the last 7 months. So you are hereby taken off the roll as a member of this church. You gonna kick me out the church because I didn't pay tithes? Ain't that between me and God? You don't know how I pay my tithes. You don't know if I pay my tithes in some shape, form, or fashion that you are unrecognizable of. Because he says to give your time, talent, and treasure. 3 T's: time, talent, and treasure. And if you give them to someone, you can pay your tithes by giving somebody money on the street that clearly need it more than the church. My grandmother used to pay her tithes in all kind of ways. She'd walk down to the bus stop, bow-legged as all get up, and she'd have a bag, and she'd tighten up that bag, and she would put some clothes in there, some shoes, and some money in the clothes, and she would leave that bag at the bus stop on purpose. And she trusted God that the right person would pick up that bag. That's how my mama paid her tithes. That was just one way. So how dare some man tell me I got to leave the church because I haven't paid my tithes to them. How you know I didn't pay it to another church? But if you want me to go, I will gladly leave. My grandmother used to go down there to this store called, what was the name of that store? Raff Shoe Store. And mind you, she was a old woman at the time, in her late 70s. And she would go down there, and those people, and she didn't have a gift for gab at all. You got to understand, my grandmother didn't talk to people very well. She was an introvert. She didn't have friends and stuff like that, but she would go down there to that shoe store, and she convinced those people to let her have all of the shoes that they were going to throw away. And they would box them up. And me and my grandmother and my dad would go down there and get the big boxes of shoes. And I was just a kid, and I would set up all the shoes, and she would sell the shoes to the neighborhood. No, you didn't use it. You didn't miss it yet. Use wisdom. I haven't even started yet. I'll get on that in just a second. But Mama used to have me to set up all the shoes in their respective sizes, and she would sell those shoes, brand new shoes, $1 a pair. And she would take every last dime and give it to the church. She didn't have to do that. But it's what God puts on someone's heart as to how you give back to humanity. That these churches got it wrong. I'm not saying all churches. I'm not going to say all churches. I can't put them all in one category, but ooh-wee. When you've let the business aspect of church overtake the spiritual aspect, you got a problem. You got a big problem, because business and spirit don't mix. There's a certain sacrifice you have to give when you're spiritual. Business has no room for sacrifice. I'm going to leave that alone. Y'all, let me get off into Tyler Perry's behind. Actually, I'm not going to get in his behind, but I do want to talk about Mr. Perry-Dixon. Mr. Perry-Dixon. Absolutely, Nadine. And I'm glad to hear that. Your church, Nadine says, I am so glad that the church I attend puts the souls and needs of the people first. You don't have to be a member for us to help you. Thank you. That is wonderful. And that's what it's supposed to be like. That's what it's supposed to be like. Now, there's a flip side. There's a flip side too. That's right, Faith. When you know better, you do better. But here's another thing that this society has embedded in us. I won't say all of us, but there's a large percentage of us that are out there looking to get whatever they can out of the church. You know who I'm talking about, these church hoppers, because they got them out there too. But you have to have a certain discernment of spirit to understand who those people are. You still help them, but don't be no fool. I've seen many a church hopper go to church just because they can get something out of them. Just trying to get something out of them. Well, I'm going to join this church because, they have a food program, and I'm going to get over here, and I'm going to, they pass out gift cards to Safeway. So I think I'm going to go over there and get what I can out of them. And when they stop giving to them, then they move on to another church. Those are church hoppers. Users. So I'm not going to say it's just the church that's at fault. This whole world is collapsing around us, and Satan's behind all of it. He's behind all of it. So with that said, we just got to be more careful. But that story right there, boy, that pissed me off. Man, I tell you, because I done seen pastors get up there and embarrass people publicly in front of the church. And it is so crushing. It's crushing. I just feel so bad when people are embarrassed by a man or woman of God publicly. It just hurts more. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me get to this. We're going to talk about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry has a little problem, which we've already known about that. But Mr. Perry-Dixon has finally come out of his little shell. He doesn't want to stay silent anymore. So let me pull this up in case you haven't seen what he has to say. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to our ABC News exclusive. Tyler Perry accuser Perry-Dixon sits down in a TV interview for the first time, sharing allegations of workplace sexual assault and harassment. In June, he filed a $260 million lawsuit against the media mogul. These are claims that Tyler Perry denies. But Dixon says he's speaking out now to try to stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves. What made you decide to come forward with your story?
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
Actor Perry-Dixon sitting down for his first television interview since filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
Wouldn't you say that, hold it. That's some expensive harassment. $260 million. $260 million. I don't think so. I'm going to go over this lawsuit again. I'm going to have y'all go over it with me. Because something ain't smelling right in the state of Denmark. Something don't sound right. And Christian Key's name has come up in this lawsuit. And I'm sure you guys heard what Christian Keys had to say before this dude came out. Yes, Q-Rock, he was in the Oval. He had a lead role in the Oval. So we're gonna go over this lawsuit again. We're not gonna nitpick or anything like that, but there's some things that maybe we can pick up and put down that we didn't see before, but just something is not smelling right about some of this. Let me go ahead and start him up again. I'm glad he came out and at least opened his mouth.
When you pushed me up against the wall and grabbed my ass again.
Dixon starred as Dale in Tyler Perry's BET series, The Oval.
Why are you yelling? I'm in this too, remember? You're not in it. Did you get shot at? No, I actually got shot.
He appeared in 85 episodes between 2021 and 2025.
Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019. I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now. I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should should get my number and we'll talk about this.
Did any of your initial interactions give you pause?
A few of them were did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was a dangerous situation. And
Camille, I have Christian's video as well. So you'll get a chance to hear what he said before there was a Derek Dixon. Because there's some similarities in this thing that give me pause. Barbara says, Tyler messed up when he said he was going to help Angie Stone. He messed up when he messed over Monique, too. But that's a whole different story right there. Po Tyler. If you gonna rock that way, just come right out and just rock that way. Exactly, Keeper. I agree. Uh-oh, what'd I just do? I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. My bad.
the beginning, yeah.
According to your lawsuit, at one point early on, he bought you a car.
Yeah, he'd seen my Jeep around the studio that I was driving, and he said, that's not a great car.
Tyler Perry is an actor, producer, director, playwright, and prominent name in the entertainment space. He launched his career in the 1990s.
You want this half? You want this half?
His 2005 breakthrough film, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, debuted at #1 in the box office and was a massive success. To date, he's created 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times best-selling books. In 2021, his prolific career earned him a spot in the exclusive Billionaires Club. His media empire includes his own production company, Tyler Perry Studios, based in Atlanta, one of the largest film studios in the country.
Now, don't you think it's odd, though? Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, ask yourself this question. Clearly, Derek is an openly gay man. Okay? Tyler has been straddling the fence trying to pretend he ain't, but we pretty much know. Yeah, he rocks that way. Barbara said it best. Everybody know Tyler is gay. That's why he don't have a problem wearing the dress. Bingo. But here's the thing. This guy here, Derek, he's an openly gay man. And if you have a billionaire pushing up on you, giving you them same vibes, and you kind of, oh no, but you don't have a problem taking that car he bought you. What's wrong with this picture? Q-Rock said Tyler wanted a boy toy. He let him know straight up. Do you need a sugar daddy? He wanted to know, do you need a sugar daddy? And clearly, Derek accepted gifts. He didn't turn down that vehicle. Folks, did you ever think Monique was an attention seeker? There is no one that I can remember that she talked about good of. Are there receipts for everything that she says? Sometimes I wonder. Well, Retretta, I can say this. She did record a conversation. Now, this is off topic about Derek, but in defense of Monique, her receipts came in the form of a recording where Tyler Perry admitted in a recorded telephone conversation that he was wrong. And she recorded the conversation, and it was a legal recording. Oh boy. Q-Rock said, Big Gene, my brother, said Tyler sent drinks to one of his buddies. That don't surprise me. Tyler see what he want, and he go after what he want. But you can't tell me that your average man is not going to keep coming for you if you blatantly say no. But you're not blatantly saying no if you still kick it with him and, compliment him and accept the gifts and things of that nature. You're leaving a window open. That's in any relationship. That's just in any relationship. And that's why I kind of have a problem with Dixon here. Because the difference between Dixon and Christian is that Christian made it very, very clear. I don't rock that way, buddy. He specifically said, I like Hennessy and black women. Point blank, period. And there's some similarities in both of their stories that are very much alike. And it makes me wonder, did that happen, or did you take some of Christian's verbiage and put it in your lawsuit to give it more credence? That's the angle I'm looking at. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, Tyler, he went after that boy because this, that, and the third. But who's to say? Let me be what they call the devil's advocate, so to speak. Who's to say that Derek didn't take some of those very talking points that Christian said in those videos? Because he said some of the same things in this lawsuit that Christian said without saying it was Tyler. Christian said that he was offered a vehicle. Okay? There's other similar getting into bed with him after he done got into bed drunk. He spoke that before Derek filed this lawsuit. And it makes me wonder. Everybody's looking at it as though Tyler is repeating the same thing with different men. How do we know that for sure? How do we not know that Mr. Dixon has taken some of the talking points that Christian used? Because remember, Christian never came out and said it was Tyler. Christian didn't. All Christian did was settle. He didn't even file a lawsuit. He said, pay me and I'll shut up. But he had already spoken. All of those things that were in Derek's lawsuit were already spoken by Christian. That's all I'm saying. There's two ways of looking at this. Yeah, Tyler, Tyler is rowing the boat. But $260 million. And how long were you kicking it with Tyler? Several years. You accepted gifts. You accepted a vehicle. You accepted a place to stay. He got you an apartment. He was your sugar daddy. How you gonna turn around and sue your sugar daddy? Auntie Mickey's house. Sorry, off topic. Just remember last 4 digits, 4299. I'm lost, Jess. You text it to me, sweetheart. That is an insane amount of money for what he claims Tyler did to him. And yes, there are text messages between the two of them talking back and forth, flirting and whatnot. Now, me personally, if I was a dude and I wasn't feeling Tyler and he's coming on to me, I would make it clear, no, sir, I don't want you like that. But he didn't do that. Keith got it on point right there. Oh my goodness.
I'm not trying to do anything other than meet somebody at their humanity.
As his career has flourished, he's also made a name for himself in the philanthropic space.
So in early 2020, you land the role of Dale on The Oval. Was that a dream job?
It was, yeah. It was. To be a series regular on a show was something I always dreamed about.
The complaint includes multiple screenshots of text messages allegedly between Dixon and Perry.
Picture where he's on the jet ski. Well, I said, nice picture. And he said, yeah, the water looks calm. And he said, nice picture. You don't see that stud in that picture? Rude. And I said, LOL, yes, that's a stud. And all these texts, I tried to de-escalate them and
He
make a
tried
joke
to
out of them.
de-escalate.
Some of the messages more sexual in nature.
One of them says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler Perry's behavior becoming physical. Mm-hmm. Can you explain that first alleged incident?
Yes. We were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters and said that you can sleep there instead of, not driving. And his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked. And then
Did he do that, Faith? Or I thought that was that other guy that did that. Because remember, there was another guy who was ex-military. Uh-oh. Jess, no, you didn't. I just heard the chime, too. Y'all, hold on just a second. Jess done pulled a fast one on me. Hold on. Oh my God. Girl, you are crazy. Okay, station break. Ain't nobody but Jess that sent me some plain potato chips. Wait a minute. No, she didn't. Let me how can I do this? Lay's potato chips and some Wingstop. Oh no, she didn't. It's right here. Thank you, my love. Oh, Jess. I gotta have another early birthday present. Oh, you are so sweet. My favorite Louisiana rub. Thank you so much. This ain't even my birthday yet. It's not to, and fries. I love you too, sweetie. Oh, you know I'm sitting. Let me take them out the bag right now. Man, ranch dressing and everything. I am so done. You just made my day. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Oh. Oh. What a pleasant surprise. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate you. Okay. I'm not going to forget. Trust me. Ooh, they filled this up to the brim, too. Okay. Well, now that I have dinner, courtesy of Jess, Jesse, Jessie took care of me for for dinner tonight, because she know half the time I forget to eat. The chips are for my desk. They gonna stay right here too. Oh, and this, oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. Let me acknowledge t-shirt number 2 from Fonda. It says, God gifted me 2 titles, mom and grandma, and I rock them both. This is the best birthday, you guys. Oh my, and it's not even until tomorrow. Oh, thank you, you guys. You guys are the best. The best. Okay, I got to get back to, oh yeah, them Cajun corn bits are bomb too. Okay, I got to get back to what Faith said because, okay, this is why it's on ABC News, because he went through the government first to file his charges, EEOC, and it's on record. So that was him. That was Derek. Because I could have swore that was that other guy who did that. I don't know. But even still. Yeah, Q-Rock, these t-shirts are the truth. There's one more I'm going to put on tomorrow. It's a Nike one. If Uncle don't take it first. Because he done hid the one that she got him. I can't find it. But, okay, so if he did in fact file with EEOC, that's fine. But again, I still got some questions, because if somebody's pursuing me and I don't want them, I'm not going to accept their gifts either. It's going to stay professional. And, that's leading a person on. Absolutely use wisdom. If you're going to be that way and be done with it. Quit playing games. Derek is openly gay. And I'm afraid that, and this is just my own assumption, I might be wrong. And I probably am wrong, because Tyler, he don't care at this point. I think I saw somebody write in the chat earlier that they can't watch Ruthless. Ruthless is, man. When we talking about original Tyler Perry with Medea and the plays, his main his main audience was the church audience, specifically the black church. Those was his original audience. Those were his original fans. And as he grew bigger, his real true self started coming out. And I think maybe Tyler holds on to his actuality, hiding the actuality, because he thinks he might lose that original base, if that makes any sense. But yes, Ruthless is crazy. When I say crazy, I say crazy. Some of the things that I've seen on Ruthless, I have never seen on any other mainstream or otherwise show. And I watch it all. Matter of fact, I think I'm caught up on this season. But Tyler Perry has totally evolved into a different type of, content creator. Wait, who says it's a political assassination? I'm so tired of hearing a Kurt talking about it's a political assassination. Yeah, Ruthless was crazy. All the Queen's Men is no joke either, and that's Christian Keys, baby. Let me put this back up here. I just totally interrupted the show.
Got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should stop. And so I thought it would stop after that, and it didn't.
At the end of the second season, Dale gets shot in the chest.
Hi, Xavion. Hello, my love. Faith says, well, he found him through networking with friends, so it might look like a setup. Are you talking about the link up between Tyler and Derek? It's about that time. What's about that time, sweetheart? Xavion's birthday is Saturday, y'all. He's going to be 12. So we'll sing you happy birthday on your birthday, boo. To get a retwist. Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that when I'm not doing a live stream, sweetheart. Okay? We'll get your hair done soon. Oh boy, grandchildren. Barbara, why are you tired? Okay. Okay, sweetheart. God, I forgot what you threw me off, Zay. I had a point that getting back to what Faith said. Faith said he found him through networking with friends, so it might look like a setup. Are you talking about Derek and Tyler? Yes, we are, Q-Rob. Because the records show that the guy that he worked for, the guy, the head of that entertainment, oh God, what do they call it? Where they, do parties and stuff for the yes. The guy that owned that company is the one that introduced, or should I say, gave Tyler his name. There was an interview. I didn't get that video, but I saw that. I'm pretty sure when this goes to court, that guy is going to be subpoenaed, because it has been said that he was the one that set it up, if you know what I'm saying. Derek worked for this guy, and this guy told Tyler, okay, this is his name, this is his number. And that's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how they ended up. Tyler reached out to him. So, yes, he worked for the company that did the parties. And the owner of that company is the one that, introduced Tyler to him. Because apparently Tyler has a type, they say. So that's kind of how that happened.
4 times. Why was that especially concerning for you?
What it meant to me was, if I don't make him happy, I could stay dead on the show.
And the complaint specifically says, and I just want to quote it, Mr. Perry made it clear to Mr. Dixon that he would kill off Mr. Dixon's character if he did not indulge Mr. Perry's sexual harassment. Was that message clear to you?
For me, that was his way of showing his power over us and our careers, and that he doesn't have a problem with just killing one of us off.
You're also a screenwriter and had written a TV series called Losing It. Tell us about that.
He ended up wanting to read it, and I at first was like too embarrassed to even send to him, but he did, and he said he loved it and wanted to shoot the pilot for it.
All right, let's go to June of 2021, another alleged incident that you outline in your lawsuit, where you're again at Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
Mm-hmm. We started out having drinks in the living room like we, have done before, and it got to a point in the night where, we were both kind of feeling drunk, and I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before, and there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever. So you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my ass. And
okay, here's another thing I have a problem with. If you don't want to be pursued by this man, why are you staying at his house? I don't care if you are intoxicated. You shouldn't have gone over there to get intoxicated. You know that this man is interested in you. I don't know, something, it just feels like he's not being 100% genuine. Exactly, Faith. Hi, Catherine. It just doesn't feel quite genuine. For the length of time that these two were affiliated with each other, even though he was on this show, he reaped a benefit, so to speak. You played the role of the kept man, and you didn't want to live up to your end of the bargain. That's what it sounds like. You wanted to reap the benefits of the side chick, so to speak. And then when he stopped giving you those things that he was giving you, and your career kind of went left, then you turned around and sued the man. I mean, either way it goes, Holly Weird is Holly Weird. It's weird. Holding things over someone's head just to get actual favors or the potential of, or, gifts and things of that nature. It was very transactional from both sides, if you step back and look at it. I don't know about that Use Wisdom. I don't know if they're going to have another season or not. But it's just, now he's complaining that exactly, Q-Rock. He's complaining that Tyler used his power and influence to, in a nutshell, show him and the rest of the cast that their careers were in his hand and that he could unalive them off the show at his own will. Well, it's his show. And they just showed a little piece. I'll kind of rewind this and you'll see where he is pow-powed 4 times in this show. And it was used, he claims that Tyler used it against him, in a nutshell, letting him know that, I can let you come back or I can kill you off. It's up to you. Let me see if I've
I've done
it
before. And
let me see. I might have missed it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I passed. I can't even find it now.
About having drinks in the living room like we, have done before. And it got to a point in the night where, we were both kind of feeling drunk. And I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before. And there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever. So you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my ass. And I, tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up. And he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay. Just go with it. And I said, stop. I don't want to be naked. I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hurt you. And just continued. And in that moment, unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head: to run, to fight, to freeze. I didn't know what to do.
He says
Now listen, remember all the things that he said happened to him with Tyler. Because when I play Christian, you're going to hear a lot of the same similar stories. I'm just making a side note here.
de-escalated and distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up, and that's when he said, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your no stronger. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, I said stop. I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year.
What ultimately became of your pilot losing it?
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination.
In your response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representative said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS Tyler Perry Studios about...
This was filed after he left the show, correct? Because that's very interesting as well. Why didn't he file this while he was still employed by Tyler Perry Studios? That would have been even better for him. You wait until you don't have a job anymore? And they were around each other for years. Yes, after he left. I'll get him, because I've got all these text messages I've saved over the years. Okay, I thought that they said they did this after he left in 2024. Because that makes the world a difference. If that's the
Its
case.
matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your
Let me go back.
Now go and sell it.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination.
Yeah, in January.
In response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representatives said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS Tyler Perry Studios about its matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion.
Okay, Faith, it says that he filed it in January. They said then in January, because they said he left in 2024, then in January. So the way that they worded it sounds like they're saying he left first and then he filed. Let me listen to this one more time. Let me go back.
Did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, you know, I said stop. You know, I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year.
What ultimately became of your pilot losing it?
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination.
He did that after he left. Left in September. Then in January, he filed. According to this, it says, I'll play it again.
So I picked up, and that's when he said, you know, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your no stronger. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, you know, I said stop. You know, I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year.
What ultimately became of your pilot losing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so September of 24 is when he left the show. He hasn't talked to Tyler since spring, and he left the show in September of 2024.
Hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination.
In your response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representatives said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS Tyler Perry Studios about its matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion. Were you looking for money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did.
But they didn't say January of 2024, Faith. They said left in September, then in January. Because the dates are, yes, Derek did leave the show in September of 2024. If I could see the date on this EEOC filing, that would very, very much help. Let me see if I can see a date.
Dollars to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion. Were you looking for money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did.
I'm gonna look that up.
I think what he did was wrong, and it needed to be something that would deter him from doing this to somebody else, another actor, or in the future.
What kind of a toll would you say that this is all taken on you?
I was extremely anxious. The calls got to a point where the calls and texts were almost every day. Just this constant state of like, if I don't answer, I will lose my job. I'll be fired or killed off the show. I mean, it took a huge toll on my anxiety and depression.
You're asking in your lawsuit for damages totaling $260 million. How did you arrive at that number?
Part of that number is my lost job, my lost income, the loss of the show. The other part of that is...
Okay, Faith. Derek Dixon filed his complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in January 2025. This action was part of a lawsuit against Tyler Perry, alleging sexual assault and discrimination. So he filed it in 25, not 24. He filed it as part of his lawsuit. He had to show some kind of steps taken, even if it was done after the fact. That shows, that's very important in a lawsuit, and it's actually beneficial on Tyler's part that Tyler's attorneys can actually say, yeah, he filed this because he was fired or he lost his job with the show. He did this after he was let go. I agree, Q-Rock. He ain't getting no $260 million. Yes. So it makes sense that he would file this after he was let go. Because he's saying that Tyler was holding that job over his head, saying, I can kill you off anytime. And I guess he ended up getting, it didn't quite work out. So then after he was let go, he filed with the EEOC. I did that, as a matter of fact, on my job. It can be beneficial and it can backfire too. Because what attorneys will do is, you're just trying to exhaust all your opportunity to get back, at this individual. If it was a problem, why didn't you do it while you were still there? Well, you can always come back and say, well, I didn't want to lose my job by filing with EEOC. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? But according to, I Googled it, and it said that he filed in 2025. Let me start it back up.
A deterrent for, how do you stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves from doing this?
How difficult has it been to tell your truth?
It's been hard. It's been hard. It's a vulnerable thing to talk about, I think, for anybody. There's a lot of shame, I think, around it. And just trying to think what you could have done better and having to deal with the judgment of what, everyone might think of how you could have handled it better without being in that situation.
Perry has not yet responded in court filings. In a statement to ABC News, his lawyer called Dixon a, quote, individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, and that Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail.
If you were to talk to Tyler Perry right now, what would you say?
I would say, I hope that you take accountability for what happened. And I hope that this has taught you not to treat your employees this way and to never use someone's dream to coerce them into a relationship that's not professional.
What would justice look like for you?
Justice would look like thinking that I've made a change and that something like this won't happen to another actor that works for him or another actor in the industry. That would be justice for me.
Our thanks to Derek Dixon for the conversation.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just running my mouth, eating chicken and running my mouth. To me, the way it feels to me, it feels like they both wanted something from the other. Okay? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now. Okay? Y'all can hear me? Hello, Lady of Elegance Candles. Okay. Personally, the way this looks to me, it looks to me like they was both using each other. Because Tyler came on to him before he even gave him a job. Tyler let him know what he wanted before he even offered him a job. Exactly, Faith. Yep. I agree. I totally agree. And if you look at this lawsuit, even the whole timeline, he saved. Listen, this dude knew what he was doing when he hooked up with Tyler. Number one, the guy that he worked for at that company that did the parties for him. The owner of that company is the one that sent Tyler the information on this guy, because Tyler saw him and peeped him out and, well, yeah, what's his name? So his boss hooked it all up for him, and he's got an interview out there as well that they're gonna subpoena him as well, because he said some things in his interview that would make you go, He made the introduction. So here we've got the boss who has a very rich client, Tyler Perry. He's got this one individual that works on his staff that is an aspiring actor. And Tyler sees him and, boss man says, yeah, he's one of mine. And, what, you like him? Think of the hookup. Exactly. Shannon Sharp, for real. Shannon Sharp's chick is richer than him now, thanks to his stupidity. But here's the thing. They were together. They were affiliated. Tyler and Derek were affiliated for years. This didn't happen over a 6-month, 12-month period of time. This happened over a series of years. And that actor that Tyler was aggressively pursuing, according to him, he was aggressively pursuing me. This guy was saving every little text message that they had from the jump. Don't you think? Doesn't that feel like I'm saving all my receipts for that opportune moment? I'm saving all my receipts for that opportune moment. Absolutely, Faith. Exactly. He had already left the job when he filed that EEOC complaint. Entrapment, yes. All of these text messages throughout this lawsuit, he held on to every last text message that he and Tyler had. But you claim you weren't interested in this man. You kept pushing him off. You still flirting with him in these text messages. You're still going around. You go to his guest house. You accept his gifts. You accept the vehicle he bought you. You accept the apartment he set you up in. Oh, you enjoyed the fruits, but you didn't want to give up the goods. The only difference between this situation and a sugar daddy and his woman or side piece is that both are men. Hello. I want you guys to hear Christian's video and tell me if you can pick up on some of the similarities in Derek's lawsuit that you hear in this video. Now, mind you, this video came out before Derek's lawsuit. The difference is that, number one, Christian is a straight man. And he made it very clear. I don't rock like that. I don't roll like that. I like Hennessy and black women. Point blank, period. And he never came out and named Tyler specifically. We knew who he was talking about. Exactly, Brenda. This is his get back. He said he filed it to protect his job, but he filed it in January of 25. He was already gone. He left in September of 24. So that's going to be a problem when they go to court. I hope this plays. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, hold on a second. I think I got the wrong thing. For some reason, this is not showing. Let me share the right screen. Okay, let me try it again. Okay, here we go. Let me start it over.
I hope everybody's doing amazing. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, like, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but good evening. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, like, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got, at the same time this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11:11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a presentation. If I see 11:11, try to have another conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who you're like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Marie.
I at some point soon it's gonna have to come out.
Thank you so much,
I've
Marie.
kept one of these on me since 05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off.
Oh, he got receipts, y'all.
I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Attempted sexual assault is a felony.
You and me, boy.
And Tams, you literally just asked, why
Go
do we
a
expect people to have
long
to
way
deal with
back.
that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. Sometimes it's the very people we deify. And we look up like, oh, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. No, they're also doing this.
See there?
And my only reservation about naming the people, there was directors along the way like, hey, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume. I'm good. If I can handle that or not. I can kill that. But I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition.
Hello.
There's
Come
other
up there
people
for
that,
what? I ain't sucking you off, dude. I did my audition. That's all you get from me.
Everything. And my brother was like, nah, not yet. I want to tell it.
Hollywood.
Over the hills and everywhere.
I don't know if they watching each working together anymore. Crystal, are they? I know he did All the Queen's Men. Let me see if I can pull up this other one. Where is the other one? Just like the other one, kick it. Okay, let me remove this one. And take this one down. Ooh, y'all, I am struggle streaming. Okay, let me share my screen again. Here we go. Share. 21 Ego is what this is called. Okay.
It's gonna have to happen.
Okay, this is hard to hear.
I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because they may interfere with their work.
Oh man, I can't even turn this up anymore.
You get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room.
Oh, this one is juicy too.
Because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so after a big party, I'm gonna say what type, I'm gonna say where.
Can y'all hear this?
I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's deep. And this dude tries to climb in the bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol.
He says the same thing that the other dude said, that Tyler tried to climb in the bed with him. Yeah, Barbara, this one is a different recording, and I've got it turned up as high as I can. He pretty much is saying the same things that Derek is saying. He said he was drunk off of Hennessy. Let me see if I can try one more time to pull up a different video. Let me try again. Yeah, this is the same way. Dang. This is not working. Yeah, this one is not. It's a different quality. This is the same. I mean, it's the same video, but it's the other half.
And you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room.
He says, I'm sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room.
Because I know I'm bad, so
And he says, because it's safe.
I'm say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep.
He said, I'm 4 or 5 Hennessy's deep.
And this dude tries to climb in the bed with you.
This dude still tries to climb into bed with you.
Push him out, like what the fuck?
He spazzes out, pushes him out, and says, what the F? This sounds just like what Derek was saying.
And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment.
He says he tried to he put his hand out, and Tyler tried to grab his dick.
Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck?
And he said, what the F are you doing?
So you go to leave, he tries to do it again.
He says you go to leave, and he tries to do it again.
Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking multiple bones in this person.
He said, my only regret is not only breaking multiple bones in. Now, that's the end of that, but I wish I could locate the rest of these videos, because they have them split up into two. So that was that one. I think it's pretty self-explanatory if you must know. Hold on a second. You said pass the Cavassier. No, Barbara, he never did say it was Tyler. Now, that's one thing Christian Keys never said. He never mentioned Tyler's name, but it was obvious. He was talking about a black billionaire. Who else could he be talking about? He said that they offered him $100,000 to take his pants off. He was offered $100,000 to take off his drawers. But the bottom line is that he settled. He settled. Derek didn't. Derek didn't get nothing but them gifts that he kept getting. So in essence, Derek got, in my opinion, and I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong, but you played into it. You knew exactly what that man wanted. Exactly, Crystal. You know exactly what that man wanted before he even hired you. He asked him up front, do you need a sugar daddy? Do you need a sugar daddy? But you still kept going around him, though. Absolutely, Faith. So, with regard to Mr. 260 million, I'm sorry. You got everything that you should have gotten because you accepted every gift that man gave you. And you wasn't putting out. At least that's what you say. How do we know he didn't give him some? How do we know that? I'm going to pull up this lawsuit. Let's skim through this real quick. Derek Dixon versus Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. This case arises from a sustained pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul, against plaintiff Derek Dixon, a professional actor and screenwriter. Mr. Perry is an American actor, filmmaker, and playwright who has built one of the most successful careers in the film and television industry. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create his success and power and use his to create a coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic with Mr. Dixon, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show, only to subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on the Tyler Perry show The Oval, and while Mr. Perry held direct control over his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities. Absolutely, Faith. And it will. They will. Okay, all this I'm going to skip. It talks about, how he started out from nothing and blah, 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 blah. Rise to fame and fortune, partnership with Oprah Winfrey. Talk about Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Kevin Spacey, all these people. And basically what they're trying to say is that Perry, just like the rest of these big wigs, get so big-headed that they think they can get anything that they want. Yeah, Tyler Purr. Tyler Purr. and he used his influence and whatnot. But here's the setup right here. These are messages that this dude saved. Think about the last episode. They are all shot at. We don't know who lives. And I'm trying to figure out who's who in this conversation. I think this is Derek. And the blue must be Tyler. Wait a minute. Okay, so these are just screenshots. They'll talk about them later. But Tyler Perry is saying things to him like, "Why did that photo make me jealous? You took you two together." And the guy's response is, "Ha ha ha, I don't know. It's just Brad. LOL." And Tyler says, "LOL." And Derek says, "He just wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in. And now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. LOL." And Tyler says, "Thick Derek, get that Chipotle." He's flirting with them all along. And this guy is not trying to stop him. He ain't checking him. He's playing right along with him. Come on, ladies, we know the game. In another text message, Perry stated to Dixon, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy?" "Oh, I already got it, sweetheart. Jess already called me or told me on the text." You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. Plaintiff carefully navigated a friendly demeanor to prevent the loss of income. Come on, man. Plaintiff carefully navigated a friendly demeanor to prevent the loss of income and opportunity on the one hand, and on the other hand, a firm boundary against Perry's advances. Often when Mr. Perry started drinking, he would demand more attention from plaintiff and get more aggressive with his flirting. On one occasion, when Mr. Perry was drinking, he started to become extremely annoyed when Mr. Dixon avoided him. Mr. Perry stated that of the 600 people in his phone book, he only wanted to talk to Mr. Dixon. And he saved this whole text message. This dude was setting Tyler up. I believe that. I really believe that. Treat myself right. What are you doing? Derek. Just talking to my sister. Eye roll. Fine. Good night. I'll go through the 600 people in my phone book and be annoyed that I don't want to talk to any of them. And Derek replies, trying to get off so I can go to sleep. LOL. Tyler says, I understand. LOL. And Derek says, LOL. Apparently, you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. And Tyler says, I just started. And Derek says, they didn't. LOL. He's saved every last one of those text messages that he had with Tyler for a time as this. This was the final outcome he was going for. And yes, Faith, he set himself up to. Tyler set himself up for failure because you couldn't even read the game that this guy was playing. Tyler's head got so big with the money that he didn't realize this dude was playing him the whole time. Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Mr. Perry's actual aggression. Exactly, you don't shit where you eat. Period. Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Mr. Perry's sexual aggression while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the actual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character, Dale, was shot 4 times in the chest at the end of his first season on the Oval, and Perry always held this over Mr. Dixon's head, implying that Dale would survive if Dixon kept Perry happy. Once Perry recognized the extent of control he had over Mr. Dixon, he escalated this behavior. On multiple occasions, Mr. Perry actually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon. Mr. Dixon told a drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrists. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. Look, wait a minute. Okay, hold it. Hold it. I ain't never heard of nobody de-escalating. Exactly, it sounds just like a script. How do you stop somebody from assaulting you by changing the subject? Oh, wait a minute. There's a bug on your cheek. And then here's the rest. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer. Oh, wait a minute. Did I pass it? I'm sorry. I went too far. The day after the assault, Mr. Perry called and texted Mr. Dixon relentlessly, saying, "Tried you, call me. And I really need to talk to you. Please call as soon as you can." Finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Perry's call, Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the actual assault while blaming it on other things. Perry continued he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. Exactly, Faith. Thank you, Fonda. Me either. On the very same call where he apologized for the actual assault against Dixon, Perry told Dixon, "And don't worry, we're going to do your show," referring to the pilot that Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. See, here's the thing. Dixon. Oh, yeah, you got something in your eye. Boom. Here's the play. Dixon saved up all those text messages, and he was using Tyler, number one, to get his career started, which he got on the Oval. He got him a car. He got him an apartment. Got a nice little paycheck coming in. And then he was able to write a show. And they wanted to blow it out. But Dixon had a show, a pilot, that he was trying to get Perry to let him produce. So Dixon had a dog in the fight. There was something he desperately wanted to be done, and Tyler was the only one that could do it for him. Hence the reason why he stuck around. He was using Tyler just like Tyler was trying to get in his drawers. You're both wrong. motive. And then here's where his panties got in a bunch. When he left, Tyler didn't do the show. Matter of fact, Dixon can't even sell the show to someone else because now I guess Tyler got the rights to him or something. So you turn around and file a lawsuit and say, oh, well, I'm going to tell them that, he tried to molest me and he tried to do all these things to me and assault me and essay me and blah, 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 blah for all these years. And he kept making moves on me, even though he gave me a job and he gave me a car and I was a kept man. He gave me an apartment and he gave me a good paycheck and he was gonna do my show, but I didn't want to do the rest. Both of them. So this is his payback to Tyler Perry. You didn't do my show, so I tell you what, I'm going to take you to court for sexual harassment. And I'm going to sue you for $260 million. Because I've got all my receipts lined up showing that you were flirting with me. Because it's not against the law to flirt with somebody. And this guy didn't give it to him. But he's saying, well, he was holding it over my head. This guy had a choice. You can take it or leave it. He sure did, Don. Well, that's not the only reason, though, Faith. That's not the only reason. Remember, this relationship was for years. And I'm not saying a romantic relationship, but they were affiliated for a few years. They had twerk. Wait a minute. They need to get some twerkers comp insurance. It's time for twerkers comp insurance. It's the play. The whole thing was played. But the thing that gets me is that some of the things in Derek's lawsuit are mirrored statements that Christian made prior to this lawsuit. Apparently he did, Faith. He gave over his publishing rights. He gave you a car. He gave you an apartment. You took that, didn't you? You took that job he gave you. You took that role he gave you. I mean, you're not a child. You understand what he's doing. Just like you had your little insurance policy right there in your phone. Every time that man texted you, you kept those text messages. I changed the subject. You entered into potentially compromising situations. And when it happened, you held him accountable, but then you changed the subject. He probably will, Faith. At the end of the day, Barbara, it's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's attorney saying that Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise, and the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actor on the show about Dixon's raise because no other actors were getting a raise, only Dixon. Perry kept telling Dixon that he was sorry and that the harassment would not happen again. However, the harassment and assaults continued. Mr. Perry would also try to deflect the blame for the actual assault by saying that Dixon didn't have a strong enough no. Exactly. Perry told Dixon that you have to be able to say no to propositions for SEX and mean it and make it clear. Dixon did not know how to answer without facing retaliation, cancellation of his production contract, or perhaps being killed off the show. So instead, Dixon made a joke out of the situation, stating that I'll only say yes to SEX if it gets me an Oscar. That don't look good in court. I'll only say yes to your advances if it gets me an Oscar. In response to Tyler Perry stated the only one who could have gotten the Oscar for you through SEX is in prison. So just stick to the no unless you are really into him, emphasis added. Did anyone call Oscar? Perry reveals the and then let me read these text messages to you because I'm sure it's pretty hard to. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can make this bigger. I don't know how to make it larger. Dang it. Well, let me see. How's that? Nice Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? Is it stronger? You got to have a strong no. Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real. Well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. I'll only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I hear you. Come on, man. Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through SEX is in prison. So just stick to the no, unless you are really into him. I don't know who he meant. Oh, he talking about Harvey Weinstein. That's who he was talking about. Okay. This is classic. The more I look at it, I think that I'm going to put myself on the line and say that I think that Derek Dixon knew from the jump what he was going to do. Once he noticed that Tyler Perry wanted them draws, he said, I'm going to get some money out of this dude. I'm going to tease him. I'm going to play with him. I'm going to get all I can out of him. And when he finally realizes that I ain't giving up the D, he going to cut me loose. And that's when I'm going to sue him. Because I'm going to save every text message that he ever sends me. He going to have to settle for Tyrone. Oh, my goodness. Tyler played him like a fiddle. He couldn't get him emotionally. A relationship with no emotional connection is no relationship at all. And that's what Tyler basically told him. He said, I'm not looking for somebody to fall in love with me or me fall in love with. I need me a toy. That's what he needed. He needed him a toy. Huh. Ain't that something? There's so much more I could go over in this, but at this point in time, I'm convinced. Exactly. I think they're both full of it. But you can't use my phone. I think that he got played. I think they both played each other. But that interview and some of the things that are said in this lawsuit, them attorneys, I'm sorry, those judges are not stupid. You're a grown man. You know exactly what you're doing. And you know exactly what he's doing. Tell him, come on, help you get your shit. You need to call Tyrone, but you can't use my phone. Yes, he will. Because ain't no judge giving this person $260 million. And you ain't gave up no D? No. You're not getting 260 million. You won't even get 50 million like that chick that sued Shannon Sharp. And he was choking her out while they were doing the do. Tyler never got the do. No acetol. That's a new drug. a new rug. No acetol. Oh my goodness. Well, y'all, I have had enough of Tyler Perry. But I think I will bring up tomorrow that case with I don't know. There is a lot of pages. There's, let's see, 46 pages. 46 pages in this lawsuit. Let's see, the comments and told, at this point, Dixon's stomach started to turn and he began feeling nauseous. Instinctively, Dixon jumped out of the bed and told Tyler that he wasn't that actual. Tyler Perry ignored the comments and told Dixon to turn around so Perry could see him naked in his underwear. Perry then commented on how beautiful Dixon's body was. Dixon once again told Perry that he was not into sex. Dixon kept informing Perry that he was not into sex in order to keep Perry at bay, while at the same time not insulting the person who was dangling his career in front of him. In response to Dixon's frequent assertions that Dixon was not into sex, Perry started prying further. Perry would send Dixon a text message saying, I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Perry was implying that Dixon would hopefully get past the block in his mind and would let Tyler Perry make love to him. And it's right here in these text messages. This dude, Apostle David Taylor. That's what we'll talk about tomorrow. Romika Weeks and David Taylor. Oh, yeah, Barbara. Oh, my goodness. Lust bucket on Viagra. We got so many things we could cover. It's just a matter of picking and choosing. So maybe we'll cover a couple of topics tomorrow so we can bust those out. Yes, definitely. So we'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. We gonna party like it's 1999, and then we'll get back to business. So with that said, we've been at this for a couple of hours. My behind done fell asleep, and I done had a couple of wings and some fries, and now I'm ready to go to sleep. Make that make sense. But I appreciate you guys dropping by today and hanging out with me. And share the live with others if you could. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a whole lot of people following me, but you know what? It is what it is, and I appreciate what it is. I can feel comfortable sitting up here with my people and not having to play games and drag people every live, So, anywho, I love you guys. I ain't that all of them, though, Barbara. Oh, okay, you talking to Barbara. So, anyway, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me, you guys. I love you. You got your outfit? Yeah, I got mine too. You know what? I may hand wash Angie again and wear her again tomorrow. You're going to bring your glass tomorrow. Pour us some champagne or whatever y'all want to drink. Apple juice, grapefruit juice. I got my tea. I think I'm going to find some party favors and... So you guys have a wonderful evening. I love y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. Pastor Cavassier. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of, Pastor Cavassier. Pastor Cavassier. Yeah. Okay, I'll check that out, Camille. You keeping me really busy, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Because this is a lot of work. And it's family like y'all that really help. It was full the last time you seen it. That thing ain't been full in 2 years. I bought that thing 2 years ago and still got some in there. I don't really touch it, but I'm gonna touch it tomorrow though. Good night, everybody. I love y'all. And get y'all some rest. We gonna be up tomorrow night. I don't think I'm gonna keep you up. Maybe I'll go early. And that way we won't have to be up so late. Is that a deal? I'll try to do that. So you guys share the live, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Peace.
Hey, Mickey. Oh, nothing.